Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about how Matt Dolan's anti-gun legislation, the biggest piece of shit legislation ever in the Ohio General Assembly, SB 357, brought out the big guns today in opponent testimony. So basically, a bunch of stuff happened. You had Amanda Suffolk come out of the woodwork. Obviously, she was representing DC, the DC Project ladies. She also specifically stated that, like I stated with many of the people today when I called their various things at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning this morning, knowing this was happening, because it was literally last minute to me. Honestly, this is even happening a third hearing today. But as I said to them, I was like, yeah, unless you guys want to be part of a lawsuit in the future, like, y'all better be voting this shit down immediately. And Suffolk specifically even stated herself, she was like, she had already talked to the people at Second Amendment Foundation, and if SB 357 passes, they'll immediately file a lawsuit against the state of Ohio. I'm going to go further than that here at Ohio Patriot Education Network, and I will personally file a lawsuit against Matt Dolan and every single lawmaker that votes yes on this garbage, because it never needs to see the light of day right now. We have legitimately 15 days until the General Assembly is out for the year, unless they want to come back between the end of right after Christmas and New Year's, which would be like the 26th, 27th. And then, like, the 31st, I believe, is like a weird window they could have for like a special session, is what it is, which is stupid to me entirely to even have that, because it's like, nah, bro, your entire thing is like December 21st. Just leave for the freaking year and then come back January 3rd with the new General Assembly, is what it is. It's not that hard to figure out. And of course, Dolan himself is the chair of this committee, this finance committee where this is going on at, which here's my problem with this whole thing entirely. Gun control is not a finance committee. What the only part of this thing that is financial related is him trying to steal money from the American taxpayers with that bullshit American Rescue Plan and use that to finance his garbage, is what it is. And that's exactly why we're seeing this in the Finance Committee, which is interesting to me, too, if you look at it from that perspective of stuff. With SB 375, you have Dolan being the sole person on that legislation and then putting it through his own committee. Like, how the fuck is that not misuse of position for personal gain? How is this dude not facing multiple federal felonies at this point for all kinds of fucking criminal activity he's been committing right now, dude? How is he even still in the General Assembly? That's why I've been calling on Senate President Hoffman and many members of this General Assembly right now, many members of our state Senate right now, to remove Dolan from office entirely right now, dude. He needs to be in jail, period. This needs to be the last thing that Matt Dolan ever does in the state of Ohio or any position of power in any state or federally, because as I've heard today, piece of shit Matt Dolan is now going to try to run for U.S. Senate in 2024, dude. Guess what, motherfucker? If you are indicted on deprivation of rights under color of law, you can never run for elected office ever again in this country. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Dolan needs to be arrested on deprivation of rights under color of law, face at least 1 year and 1 day in jail, and never be allowed to hold elected office again in this country. Because this dude is a scumbag sack of fucking shit. He has been forever. He has been the asshole, fucking wannabe dictator piece of fucking garbage that has been sucking DeWine's dick when it comes to gun control since the Dayton Massacre in 2019. Dolan was the one that put through DeWine's Ohio Strong crap back then. He continued to push gun control shit since then, and his ass needs to be fucking gone from our General Assembly, dude, period. And this right here proves that to me. When he is pushing all kinds of retarded fucking gun control that is literally just Bloomberg's fucking wish list. Like, how much money was in that envelope full of cash that Moms Demand Action gave Allison Russo, and how much of that money went directly to Matt Dolan's fucking pocket, honestly, is my question right now, dude? Or was it another envelope full of cash that Russo got handed some other time at that point that she simply passed off to Dolan, dude? Because seriously, this dude is clearly paid off by somebody at this point, and I'm guessing it's 100% Bloomberg and Company, dude. And it fucking pisses me off, honestly. And I'll tell you what, if I had been there, dude, I will give Chris Dorr one thing, because I was watching the testimony from today's hearing and stuff. Chris Dorr said it correctly and was talking about this legislation needs to be thrown in the trash. I'd have gone one step further, dude. I would have brought my own damn trash can down there with a copy of the fucking legislation and thrown it in the fucking garbage and then set the motherfucker on fire, because that's what should be done with the whole thing, honestly, dude. And honestly, like, I'll tell you what, man. There was a reason why in the founding of this country, why our founding fathers created high treason for criminal scumbags. There's a reason why we used to have tar and feathering and things like that, dude, because it kept motherfuckers in check. You know, it's like nobody wants to be that person that goes to that point where it's like, oh shit, you got a fucking angry mom wanting to tar and feather you? Yeah, dude, like, you know, because it doesn't need to come to that point, honestly. And that's the thing. It shouldn't have to come to that point because Matt Dolan's ass, just like every other fucking tyrant in this country, should be thrown the fuck out of office, should be arrested by federal agents out there, should be investigated for the crimes they've committed already, and should be going to prison on multiple felonies, both state and federally. And that is all that needs to be said about the end of the day. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous that we have to put up with this absolute fucking tyranny. We have had two of the best General Assemblies in the state of Ohio in the past 3 years. We had Stand Your Ground passed in the 2019-2020 General Assembly, and we have had constitutional carry passed in this 134th Ohio General Assembly. And I'll tell you what, as the person who was the founder and creator of Ohio Patriot Education Network and the founder and creator of Ohioans for Firearms Freedom, I will be doing my damnedest next year to actually become a state lobbyist for gun rights and for pro-life rights. And I will be down at the state house as much as possible, or at least have proxies for me down there that are part of these groups to be testifying in favor of various bills and be introducing various bills to our General Assembly, because it is time for us to take back the narrative at this point. It is time for us to do our job as the constituency and hold these people's feet to the fire once and for all, dude, and pass the best possible pro-gun and pro-life legislation that we can have right now, dude. And it is time to get rid of all these fucking rhinos, and it is time to replace them in special elections. It is time to have a recall voting at a state level. It is time for Ohio to actually lead the way and become one of the first General Assemblies to have a one county, one rep law on the books right now, because there is absolutely zero reason to have more state reps than we have counties in our state. There is absolutely zero reason to have 30 plus state senators in our state house, or in our General Assembly, when we have like legitimately 80 something things. There should be like 1/4 of that as people. There's no need to have 33. We should have 22, period, dude. And it should be the same thing going along the lines with Pennsylvania and stuff like that, dude. There's no reason for Pennsylvania, that's a 70 something county state, to have nearly 200 something people in as state reps there. Same thing with Illinois. They have like 80 something counties. They have 100 something people in their General Assembly, dude. In their state house, I should say, for the General Assembly. There's zero reason for it, dude. Zero reason for it. It's time to do a one county, one rep thing. And going back here to Ohio, when you have 11 congressional districts in the state of Ohio set in Franklin fucking County, aka Columbus, there's no reason for that, dude. Population density is fucking retarded. There is no reason to allow population density to dictate, oh, let's have another one right here now. Oh, let's have another one. No, fuck that, dude. One county, one rep. This is the problem with government in a nutshell. People do not know who represents them, dude. And that is the issue. And that is why so many people refuse to actually get off their asses and call up their congressman, call up their senator, call up their state rep, call up their state senator, because they don't know who the fuck they are in most cases. And that's the problem. When you have so many people in general assemblies that you don't even know who the hell represents you, how are you supposed to have a redress of grievances against the government, dude? How are you supposed to get your voice heard? How are you supposed to be able to deal with tyranny before it gets to that point of actual tyrannical government takeover? This is the issue right now. It is a root cause issue. It is something that should have been addressed decades ago. And now is the time to start that, dude. And it starts by getting scumbag criminals like Matt Dolan the fuck out of the Ohio General Assembly is what it is, dude. It's time for the state cops to do their damn jobs at this point and open investigations into this motherfucker for bribery scandals, for various corruption at all levels. And it's time for Matt Hoffman, Senate president, to do his damn job and call on a vote to remove Matt Dolan from office, dude. Period. That's all I'm going to say at the end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's going to be short and sweet today. I'll be back later with another one. We'll talk more about specific things relating to SB 357, because there's still a chance that they actually do a vote on this. It's a third hearing today. They didn't actually do a vote after it. It was basically just there's a couple people that discuss stuff. Innocent Cool Office was the biggest one. Said they're going to file a lawsuit if it comes to it. Like I said, I'll go further than that. I'll personally name people in that lawsuit, dude. It ain't just going to be Ohio Patriot Education Network versus the state of Ohio. No, it's going to be Ohio Patriot Education Network versus the state of Ohio, Matt Dolan, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. Needless to say, that's where I'm at with the whole thing. And I'm personally sick and tired of all this shit, dude. And it's ridiculous. We would have to go to this point to do the lawsuits because, again, these people should have been thrown out of office the second this legislation is introduced. In a just society, oath breaking, deprivation of rights under color of law would be felony charges at this point, and these people were all removed from office at this point, honestly. Anyway, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see y'all in the next one.